Hi. Hello.
They're recorded by a host.
Good morning, South Carolina. I'm Tammy Newman, the Director of Communications and Public Relations for your South Carolina High School League. We are joined this morning by our Class 4 and 5A softball finalists. Before you meet our special guest, we have some remarks from Commissioner Dr. Jerome Singleton.
Thank you, Ms. Newman. Good morning and congratulations. You've had a great season. As our ambassadors, we're counting on you to represent the league well. And you can do that by continuing to be the best student athlete that you can be, both in your actions and your attitude. Enjoy this press conference and please enjoy the championship series. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And again, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you were with us at the 9 o'clock hour when we had our representatives from class 1A, 2A, and 3A. They really gave a lot of valuable information as they head into their series. But right now we are excited to meet 4 and 5A team reps. Before we do that, just a hearty thank you to our partners at Wilson and Game Changer. We're very proud to have Wilson as one of our sponsors this year. Not only have they been a true supporter of softball, but throughout the entire school year. So hats off to Wilson for that support. And also, if you haven't heard about Game Changer is the official scorekeeping, team management, and video clipping partner of the high school league. They provide easy to use scorekeeping tools, instant stats, spray charts, and pitch counts are right at your fingertips, player profiles, and automatic hit clips. So never miss a moment with Game Changer. And we'll add one more I'll throw in here is the Farmers Bureau of South Carolina. I don't know if you're keeping up with us on Twitter, but they have done a phenomenal job of using the hashtag full coverage scoreboard that has been strictly for the sport of softball this season, where they put up the scores throughout the night of each game. So make sure you join them on Twitter. Okay, now that we've got business out of the way, we're going to get down to the real business and the fun, exciting thing of meeting our team reps from class 4A and 5A. 4A will be North Augusta versus Catawba Ridge. From North Augusta, we have Coach Craig Gilstrap. And with him, seniors Nevaeh Ross and Caitlin Cochran. And from Catawba Ridge, we have Coach Michael Kidd. And he has brought along Janelle Ilacqua and Chloe Berger, sophomore. And our class 5A representatives from Fort Mill High School will be playing Lexington High. Representing Fort Mill, we have Coach Chuck Stiegel. And with him, Maddie Drupp, a senior, and Trista Reed, also a senior. And from Lexington, we have Coach Lori Epps. And she has seniors Sarah Gordon and Jessica Sin. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of a very important day. You know, we're getting into our softball series, so we'll get right along with this. First round of questions are for our coaches. So Coach Gilstrap from North Augusta, can you share with us your season record?
We are presently 31-2 and just played a lot of games last week. We played West Florence on Monday, South Florence on Wednesday, and went to Hartsville on Friday to win 2 games. So,
all right, thank you. And also, can you share with us? Are you telling your team anything different now that we're in the home stretch, so to speak? Are you giving them any additional pointers, advice? Tell us what you're doing different this week.
nothing. I mean, we're just, in fact, Friday, I asked them if they wanted to leave earlier from school and go grab some food, and they all said, no, do the exact same thing we've been doing all year. And we've already played Lexington twice, and we played Catawba Ridge, and could have played Fort Mill in the tournament. So we were kind of prepared because we've been playing a lot of good teams throughout the year.
All right, great. Thank you. And Coach Kidd, can you share with us your record?
Yes, we're 26-4.
Okay. What was one of your major takeaways from last year's team and that season that versus this year's team and season that you've been having?
Biggest takeaway we had last year was just preparing our team to be battle tested for the big crowds, the high atmospheres that we were facing in the playoffs. So getting to go so deep in the playoffs last year, I think helped prepare us a little better for this year going forward.
All right, thank you. And from Fort Mill, we have Coach Stegall. Can you give us your season record?
Our season record is 17-5.
And what are your the strengths of this year's team versus last year's team?
Basically the exact same team. I'm coming up with 8 seniors this year and 1 sophomore. So we played together a good while. The ladies are committed to the team and each other, and it's the same team we've had for the last couple of years.
Okay, thank you. And Coach Epps, can you share with us your season record?
We're 26-2.
All right, and you were our champions of 2019. And I know it had to be heartbreaking to miss out on an opportunity to defend that title in 2020. How does it feel to be back?
It's a great feeling to be back. These ladies that are seniors now were freshmen on that team when we played, and we've had that hunger to get back, and we're here and we're excited.
All right, thank you so much. Navaya, a senior from North Augusta. What's the most important message that Coach has given you this year?
I'm sorry. I would say to just like to keep pushing through. Like, I'm sorry. Like to not give up and like we've been and to like do everything the same that we did at the other. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, can you tell us what your plans are after you graduate?
I'm gonna go to Augusta University and play softball.
Okay, great, thank you. And Janelle, what will you share with the team? You're a senior team leader. What do you plan on sharing with the team before, either before leaving the bus or leaving the dugout?
I kind of just want to tell them that they're ready and that like whatever happens next in the future, like we've done everything we can to prepare for this. And I hope that I just like make sure all of them know that like this is a game and it should be fun. Like not take anything too seriously and just really enjoy like the years of high school that they're gonna have.
Okay, thank you. And Maddie from Fort Mill, think about your teammates and think about one that has really stepped up and impressed you this season.
I would have to say my catcher, Sydney. She stopped playing travel ball a while back in the season. She has really put in the extra work in her free time to make sure she's working on the little things with catching to help us get as far as we have so far. So just seeing her do the extra work, even though she's not taking softball to the next step after high school, it's really good to see that and to know that she has my back.
All right, thank you. And from Lexington, Sarah, you're a senior. Can you tell us when was the first time you picked up a softball?
Yes, ma'am. So it was when I was younger. I played baseball before I played softball. So I grew up with my twin brother playing baseball on the field with him. And then it got to a point where my parents just moved me over to softball so I could get that experience. So I would say like probably 5 or 6. Like it was whenever you could start, that's when I started.
What do you think can be done to grow the sport of softball. I know there are a ton of ball players around South Carolina. Trust me, my family, from the time you can walk, a ball's in their hand. But not only to have students and children participate in the sport, but also, how do you think we could help grow the fan base?
Yes, ma'am. So probably just media coverage, because I feel like women's sports doesn't get the amount of attention that it needs, and that the counterpart with male athletics does. So I think just media coverage and just getting the sport out there, because it's growing day by day. In the college world, it's growing, and a lot more people are like coming to know the game of softball.
All right, thank you. And Caitlin from North Augusta, you heard her reply about, the media coverage and that, college. I know last week we were watching college playoffs and games going on. Can you tell us who is your softball idol? Who do you look up to, your role model for that?
I guess it wouldn't be one person in particular. I would say a lot of the college pitchers, just every one of them. It's so cool to watch them and how they stay so calm and cool. And I think it's really that's inspirational for me, just watching them play at that high level and being able to do it. And it looks so easy. It makes it look easy almost.
Okay. And what are your plans after high school?
I'm going to the University of Central Florida to play softball.
Okay, great. Thank you. And Sarah, I failed to ask you what your plans were after high school.
I'm going to play at the University of Louisville.
Okay. And Maddie, did I get that information from you, hon?
No, ma'am. I'm going to USC Upstate to play softball.
All right. Okay, great. And Janelle, did you share your information?
I'm going to the University of Michigan to play softball.
All right. Okay, thank you. And Chloe from Catawba Ridge, share with us just overall, how does it feel to be here?
It feels really good. We put in a lot of work, and from last season when we lost in Upper State, I think that's what got us to push harder this year and really show that we put in the work. But it feels good.
Okay, and I see that you are a sophomore, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that means you're the youngest on our panel. However, the fact that coach has you there representing the team, he sees you as a leader. Can you share with us why you think that is, what you've done this year to gain that title as a team leader?
I think being one of the only pitchers and having to I've had to keep control and be able to keep my attitude good for everybody else to feed off of it and have a good attitude. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. And Trista, at what point during the season did you think that your team definitely had a chance to make it to state?
Probably when we won upper states, because we've always been to upper states, but we've always lost the last game. And we've been pushing for this for the past 5 years that I've been here. And it's just really good to see our team be able to beat the state championship or upper state championship game.
Okay. And what are your plans after graduation?
I'm going to Wingate University to study elementary education.
All right. Thank you. And Jessica, what is your biggest takeaway from your softball season this year? Whether it be something that you've learned from your teammates or something that coach has taught you?
Our focus word this year for our team has been unity. And I think that's something really important. This is a team sport and no one can do this alone. And we all have to work together. And during this playoff season, we have really come together as a team and as a unit. And that has been our key to success this year.
Thank you. And what are your plans after graduation?
I'm going to Mars Hill to play softball.
All right. Thank you. Coach Gilstrap from North Augusta. What opponent has surprised you the most this year?
Well, the most fun games were definitely against Lexington. We've had a ball playing them and scrimmaging them. We just enjoy playing them so much. I wish our girls would play like they play against them all the time. I'm sure Lori thinks the same thing. I don't know, we've played some good teams. We've played Burns, we've played Somerville. It was really fun playing at Hartsville the night. All those games get you prepared for this kind of situation. We played in some big games last year as well too, and they've been playing for 4 or 5 years here starting on the varsity. So, but I would say the Lexington's probably the one we enjoy playing the most because it gets the most out of both teams. I think both teams play above their ability when we play each other.
Okay. And Coach Kidd, similar question. What opponent did you face this year that you felt, win or lose, taught your team more than other teams taught them?
I'd say definitely Fort Mill, not because they're sitting there, but they've kind of set the standard in Fort Mill, and us be able to go across town and play them, and then them come back and play us. See a pitcher like Maddie definitely improved our team. I think it's a big part of what's got us where we are today.
Okay. And Coach Stegall, can you tell us this season, what have you really pressed and worked on the most? What did you have your team work on the most?
We tried to work on our hitting a little bit, and then we really concentrated on a lot of our defensive things to knock the ball down, keep it in front of us, to give us the chance to make the play and to keep the girls from advancing on the bases for the opposing team.
All right, thank you. And Coach Epps, has there been a moment or a team, just what's kept you up at night this season?
I think one of the biggest challenges we faced this year was playing North Augusta and Perry, our center fielder, having a pretty bad injury and losing her for the year. She's a senior and she has plans to go to Kennesaw State. So just finding out how to replace her, not only what she does on the field, but what she does off the field. And she's really stepped up for us. She's like having another coach on staff. So us facing that adversity by losing her and coming together and her figuring out what her role is with us has been one of the highlights of my season. Hey, she got hurt, but to watch her grow and watch our team grow because of that experience has been huge.
All right, thank you. And Nevaeh from North Augusta, if there is a moment, good or bad, think of your highest of highs this season and, you know, a not so positive moment this season. If you could have a do-over, what would it be?
I would say to play South Florence again when we played them on Saturday. I would rather, well, we beat them the second time by so much. I'd rather go back to the first time since we got kicked down to the losers bracket, so we didn't have to play all them games anymore.
All right, thank you. And Janelle, what was your fondest memory of this season?
My favorite memory was probably playing Fort Mill at our place. I've been playing varsity soccer for 6 years, and I have never beaten Fort Mill once in my entire career. So just being able to do that on like my home field was one of the most incredible moments of my softball career.
All right, thank you. And Trista, tell us what opponent has surprised you the most this season?
I would say either Bowling Springs or Clover. We played Bowling Springs right after spring break, and it was a really close game. It came down to the last inning with our shortstop making a really good play at home plate. And Clover, they came to us, and we just fought to the very end, and we didn't give up.
All right, thank you. And Jessica, tell us what you're going to share with the team before leaving the bus or the dugout. What's your advice going to be?
Not to get ahead of ourselves, just take this game one pitch at a time and just enjoy it. Getting to be here is a privilege, and we just need to go out there and leave it all on the field.
All right, thank you. And coaches, I'm going to let you help wrap up this morning's press conference by letting you think about your opponent that you're going to be facing and share what your opinion is, your overall thoughts on the upcoming matchup. So I'm going to start with Coach Gilstrap. Share with us your thoughts on facing Catawba Ridge.
Well, we played them last year and we've played them this year. And I think, if I'm not right, that we met them at the Burns Championship and both of us threw our number 2 pitchers because we thought there was a chance we might be playing each other again later in the year. And so I know they have really good pitching and good defense, and they swing the bats really good. So we got to be prepared for that.
All right. And Coach Kidd, what are your thoughts on North Augusta?
Well, I think it's a privilege to get to play them. When you get in the state championship game, you want to play the best. And right now, I think the 4 teams you're looking at are probably the best. We're looking forward to it. As Lexington had said earlier, it's a privilege to be here. As Janelle has said, it is a game and it's about being fun. So we're just going to go out, have fun, let the ball bounce the way it's supposed to bounce. But definitely looking forward to playing them when we both are throwing our aces and put it all on the field. Don't leave there leaving anything on the field.
All right. Thanks, Coach Kidd. Coach Stiegel, what are your thoughts about meeting and your matchup with Lexington?
I've got an awful lot of respect for Lexington, the program and everything there. We've played them before. When they played in the state championship, I couldn't help but to go and pull for them all the way, even though they were a lower state team. But just a simple fact of their program and the amount of respect that I have for them and their coaches down there, I've always had good rapport with everybody. One of the first jobs I ever had out of college was helping coach with football at Lexington High School back in the late 70s, actually. So I've kind of got a tie to the school, and I'm just happy we're playing Lexington. I'm happy we get the opportunity to go down 77 instead of up 85 again.
All right, thank you. And Coach Epps, you're meeting Fort Mill. Can you share your thoughts?
Like Coach said, I'm excited to be here. We played earlier this year, and our teams have grown a lot since we played. So I'm excited for us to hit the field and for both teams to leave it all out there. And hey, I'm just happy. We're excited. I couldn't ask to play a better opponent as far as their coaching staff. So I'm excited.
All right, we have a couple of more minutes, so I'm going to throw a really quick question out there. Coach Gilstrap, what goes into when you know you're facing Catawba Ridge? How do you prepare? Like, is there something that coaches can do for softball, like to study your opponent? I know way back there was film and that sort of thing. So do you go online and do online search, or how do you research?
I'm sure we all have friends that help us and give us stuff and tell us how to pitch people and who does what. So I've relied on that, getting some help from some of my buddies.
All right. Coach Kidd, do you have any research tricks?
No, I don't think this game is about tricks. I think it's about us doing what we do. I've got but still got to execute that, do what you got to do. I think our preparation has come with the 26 wins prior to that, and the 4 losses even more. So that's our preparation.
Okay. And back to you, Coach Stiegel. How do you research your opponent?
We just go back and look at some of our previous games, some of our common opponents, and look at their stats and their pitches and stuff. But the main thing I've told my girls this week, let's have fun. Let's go have fun. Let's enjoy the moment, enjoy the ride. This is my last year, and I've got 8 seniors on the team. I just want us to have fun and enjoy the moment.
All right, great. Coach Epps, do you have any secrets, any secrets to success?
I think our biggest secret, and these other coaches will probably agree it's really not that big of a secret, is we have to focus on what we do best. If we got to play Lexington softball, and if we do that, then we feel good about our outcome. But bottom line is we worry about the things we control, and we can control us, and that's it.
All right. Well, there you have it. Lots of information and insight from our 4 and 5A finalists. And we just want to thank you all for joining us. We want to thank the public, our viewing public that is watching. Thank you so much for supporting the individuals here, but not only that, supporting softball across South Carolina in general. Keep that support up, make your way to a local ball field, get there, support, cheer on. Even if your team didn't make the finals, still it's an opportunity to go see excellent softball. And we'd also like to remind everyone to please support our sponsors and partners in Wilson and Game Changer. If you have any questions about this year's softball championships, visit schsl.org. All the information's there, ticket information, as well as merchandise information. So visit that website and you'll find your answers. I want to thank you. I want to congratulate all of our finalists, and I look forward to seeing you in action. And congratulations for being here. With that, we're going to sign off and say, have a good day.